Good day, viewers, wherever you're watching OGTV across the globe. I welcome you to your program, Peace and Conflict Resolution on OGTV. My name is Seunfunmi Ogunleye, and today we shall be looking into peace and economic growth in our nation. Yes, I have in the house Dr. Ademolu Okuneye. Is a veteran man in the house and a lecturer, a retired director in the Nigerian Television Authority. He's a man of authority anyway. Dr. Ademolu Okuneye, you are welcome.
Thanks, Oba.
You're welcome,
nice to be
sir.
here again.
Yes, sir. Next to him, I have Barrister Adegbenro Ogunbade. The litigation, mediation, arbitration, that is what they do. And I hope peace is one of those things they also preach in their litigation. You're welcome, Barrister.
Thank you so much.
Adegbenro. Yes, sir. We'll go on a very short break now. And when we come back, we'll dig deeper into the matter. Welcome back to the show, Peace and Conflict Resolution. Dr. Ademolu, we are talking about peace and economic growth in our nation. When we're talking about peace, economic growth in any nation, what is the importance of peace in growing or in building a nation?
Oh, interesting. Well, peace can easily be defined as absence of conflict or absence of war, while conflict could also be simply defined as where there is disharmony, disagreements, and such developments have such reflections as wars, terrorism, banditry, so many crimes. It has such reflections like destruction, uneasy environment, and some factors that are actually not conducive for human existence. For peace, you have a negative peace and positive peace. This also depends on how it is being interpreted. But you ask a question in terms of a nation's economy. Definitely, there is no how there could be development within an area that has a conflict situation. So many researchers have actually come up with the fact that most hostile environments have also not always been conducive to economic development. And that's because of the fear which conflicts or some other developments also provide in people within such area. You take a look at a nation, many are actually watching each nation based on information from such nations. And who will go to Somalia to go and establish an industry? Don't forget, Somalia had been involved in hostile environment for a very long time. You have the terrorist group that has been terrorizing the people around that side. Similarly, you take a look at Nigeria.
Yes.
The northwest area, there have been such developments like kidnapping, banditry, and such developments that are actually not being conducive.
Okay.
So such developments actually made Nigeria to be ranked as the 8th country in the global terrorist ranking, global index. And what type of projection is such also given to investors or even to people that are interested in developing the economy? This negative information actually destroys, and that has been a major problem that many countries or some countries are facing today in terms of development. So these factors are very essential when you are considering economic investments.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ademolu Okuneye. Barrister Adegbenro. When we talk about building nation, economic impact, economic growth, and many more like that actually lifted the nation to the next level. And here in Nigeria, there are so many obstacles that we face. The government is trying their effort to make sure that there is peace on the land. And when people are coming, because we always shout, make noise about unemployment, the youth, and what have you, what is the way out to this? And what's your take?
Yes, thank you so much, Oba. The issue of peace and economic development cannot be overemphasized. It's what is necessary to be in existence before a country can say it is developing or it is growing. If there is absence of peace, there is conflict, as the doctor has rightly pronounced it. And then all these things are interwoven. Economic development, social development, political development. So you need to have all-round peace before you can even talk about development in those angles. It's not peace in terms of tranquility or there is quietude or there is no conflict. It's very, very much interwoven. It touches every aspect of human lives. So in order to achieve this, I think government must be up and doing, because the final straw or the buck still stops at the table of the government, because we desired a very good life for ourselves. Families, relations, children, even those that are not born yet, we desire a good life for them. So for them to come into the world and live in an atmosphere of peace, that is the reason why when it comes to politics, we desire a government that will satisfy that need, that requirement, that we believe that it will be in the best position to take care of those needs. So essentially, it depends on the kind of people that will vote into power, because they have the machineries of government. They are the ones that are supposed to keep law and order. They are the ones to maintain law and order. Because if you don't have law, you don't have order. If you don't punish those who have even committed offenses, there is no how you can bring the country to have peace. You understand? Look at the instance of rising food prices now.
Yes.
Farmers are finding it difficult to go to their farms because of banditry, because of kidnapping. The government must do something about this thing. Even if it is too much for the government to handle, allow the traditional rulers, allow the local men, let them take up their security in their own regards. We cannot just sit down in the city and say, it's those in the village that it affects. If it happens in our backyard, if it happens in our next city, then there cannot be peace anywhere. Come to think of it, when Libya was still at peace, there was relative calmitude across Sahara and Africa. But look at the situation after Gaddafi was overthrown. Exporting of banditry, exporting of all those militancy, exporting of terrorism took over. Those military men that were not, engaged at that point in time, or whose leader has been overthrown, they took to the Sahara. They became a law unto themselves. They went on a wild spree, taking the society back to the state of nature, where everybody is free to do whatever they like. So it is essentially the duty of the government to take care of all these things. Even apart from the fact that they will engage resources, allow people, engage good people who have the intelligence, who have the know-how, who have the ability to tackle all these things. If we put round pegs in round holes, definitely we'll get there. You understand? But it is not about politics now, that you just say because somebody assisted you to win an election, it should be in charge of security. How do you get result from those
even when
instances?
the person is not capable of delivering?
Not capable. So all these things are interwoven. If you look at it downright there, like I said, everybody desires peace. Yes. Everybody wants peace. Even those that are not born, they want to come into a world that is free of rancor, bitterness. And apart from this, I want to state that apart from the peace in the society, there should be peace of mind as well. Individual peace. Because like, whether we like it or not, it starts from the family. It starts from our different homes. So if we remove all those conflicts that disturbs the mind, and everybody will not be able to achieve their potentials. And it is a minus for the country at large.
Thank you, Barrister Adegbenro. We'll go on a very short break now, and when we come back, we'll continue. Peace and conflict resolution continues. Welcome back to the show, Peace and Conflict Resolution. Dr. Ademolu Okuneye. Whenever we're talking about peace in any nation, the position of the youth in that nation, in that country, is very, very paramount. And when they are not being taken care of, what do you see coming?
Well, this is a very important factor because the youths, in terms of energy, in terms of responding to issues and those stuff, they are very active and very essential, even in terms of productivity to a society. This is why everybody...
And I'm sorry, Dr. Ademolu, the reason why the youth is very paramount that I want to mention. You see, when we're talking about economic growth, we should not forget the fact of the invention. This is from the area of youth. And when they are not being taken care of, what are the implications?
Now, yeah, that's what I'm saying, that you must know how resourceful the youths are, apart from the energy, the ability to sort of come up with ideas and come up with be engaged. In a conflict environment, definitely like the Yoruba would say, the idle hands, the devil's workshop. And this is where the leadership must actually be serious and truthful in approaching issues. How sincere is our leadership in terms of coming up with those policies that are very relevant to the well-being of the generality of the people, and especially the youths? Today, the issue of unemployment is a big challenge to this nation. And one thing concerning Nigerian youths is that some of them are highly productive. You see some of them outside Nigeria today that have actually traveled to outside the country. They're actually doing very well. And those nations are benefiting. But some of them that are unable to travel, what do they do? So the issue of unemployment must actually be tackled. But in a situation where you have conflicts, how do you create industries? How do you create that atmosphere that can encourage the youths? It is also very essential that some political leaders are not sincere. What they actually needed, or what they are actually interested in, is their selfish motive. Instead of ensuring that the resources available to them are made use of for the benefits of the general generality of the people, they divert this. So corruption sets in. And so the leadership must actually be serious concerning provision of economic growth, all the resources necessary. Sincerity, I think, is more of a sincere approach.
Important.
Sincerity is very important. They should also sort of shun corruption. They should also show that openness in such a way that people can actually see that they are determined, that they are actually not playing on their intelligence. You see, you spoke about the youth not even believing in some ideas
Yes.
of the leaders. Yeah, when there is no sincerity of purpose, these youths are no longer the way we look at them. Some people look at the youth as should be their children, should be they are young, and then you can just do anything. But these younger ones are also comparing Nigeria to some other nations. That look at what is happening in this nation, look at what is happening at that particular area, and those stuff. So why is Nigeria different from the rest? So we should not forget the fact that there are some people too who are politicians who are also ready to even dismantle the status quo because of their selfish interest. Governments could be doing certain things to meet up the yearnings, but some people are just out there to say that this government will not work and this government will not achieve what they wanted. What you always look at is, in any policy, what is the negative perspective? No matter how good some policies are, they do everything possible to thwart. So the issue of patriotic zeal on the part of Nigerians, is still almost there. There are some people are just not patriotic. Some people, you ask the question, are they really Nigerians? Even some people carrying out these terrorist activities, you realize that they migrated to this country.
Yes, yes.
And you have seen some people saying that they've had them
Because you
speaking.
cannot destroy
They're
your
not
nation.
even exactly. So where are they coming from? Then what are we also doing as a government? In Nigerian Constitution, is it Section 2 that says government must protect Nigerians and ensure the security of Nigerians. So the security of the people is very essential to ensure peace and development. And except there are such economic policies and ideas of political ideas that could enhance a conducive environment, and there is transparency on the part of the leadership, then the youth will continue to agitate. And this could be a big problem in ensuring a peaceful atmosphere.
Thank you, Dr. Ademolu Kuneye. You have really dealt with that question, and I want to believe viewers there will pick one or two things, and I'm very sure this time around, Nigeria is going to work. Barrister Ogunbade, this issue of education fund, do you see this education fund taking the youth or helping the youth, taking them to the next level?
Well, I believe all is in a bid to achieve peace and tranquility in the end. Before now, there has been Education Trust Fund, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, which takes care of structures and infrastructures in many universities, polytechnic, colleges of education across the nation. We could see the impact of such funds
Buildings
when they
here
are
and there.
disbursed for the school and when they are judiciously utilized. At least the students there, as well as the lecturers, as well as the administration undertaking such, will know the impact on the training and retraining of those students in those institutions. So if we have another tier of funding now to education, it's still good. Because nevertheless, the percentage of the budget that is being earmarked for education per year is far, far below the standard set by United Nations for every country. You cannot imagine that Nigeria, as populated as we are, the literacy level is still very, very low. Even among those that have been for basic education. I tell you this, That is the reason why most policies of the government may not sound well to some people. That is the reason why the direction of government in some regards may not be appreciated by all because of the little education they have. And sometimes it even depends on the intelligence or the enlightenment that the government, broadcasts in respect of these policies that they want to make use of. So in this regard, if we have another tier, very welcome. It must be directed at the appropriate quarters, and definitely we will see impact. We will see results in that direction that the government wants us to work upon.
Thank you, Barrister Ogunbade. Dr. Okunaye, our time is far spent. Your parting shot in 10 seconds.
Just to talk about what you discussed last, education is vital to ensure peace and also ensure that every Nigerian has the wisdom and the knowledge and everything to be done to ensure that the children of the needy or of those of the masses have access to education must be done to achieve peace and tranquility within the environment.
Thank you. And you, Barrister Ogunbade, your parting shot in few seconds.
Well, peace is essential for economic development. So whatever will bring peace, whatever will bring tranquility, progress, unity, and moving forward the country must be embraced by all.
Thank you. This is where we shall be drawing the curtain on the program Peace and Conflict Resolution. Yes, Dr. Ademolu Okunaye, I must appreciate you, wonderfully. So and you, Barrister Adegbenro Ogunbade, thank you so much. Thanks for coming. And to our viewers out there, thank you for being there. You and I can actually build new Nigeria if we support the vision of the renewed hope. Till I see you next time, same station, same time. I remain Oba Oluwa Seunfunmi Ogunleye. Be peaceful. Thank you.